What if I told you there's a spice, smaller than your fingernail, that could stir life back into your body, awaken an erection in just 60 seconds? No matter how old you are, how many times you've been disappointed, or how dependent you are on pills, just one bite could be the beginning of your journey to reclaim the power you once thought was lost forever. Sounds unbelievable? Keep watching, because what I'm about to share could change everything. I'm Dr. Cole. For the past 30 years, I've helped thousands of men over 60 reclaim what time and the healthcare system have quietly stolen: confidence, blood flow, vitality, and the feeling of being a man in every sense of the word. No expensive prescriptions, no gimmicks, just a reawakening of your body's memory, because it still remembers exactly what to do as long as you give it the right tools. And here's the twist. That tool isn't a modern invention. It's not some high-tech miracle. It's an ancient spice, one your grandparents may have used before going to bed, and now modern science confirms its effects go far beyond what anyone expected. The irony? You've probably walked past it in your kitchen 100 times, never realizing the power it holds. In just a few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to chew this spice for 60 seconds the right way, so it can open up your blood vessels, lower the stress that's silently choking your testosterone, heal inflamed gums that may be blocking circulation, and help you sleep deeper so your body can begin to repair from within. I'll walk you through it step by step, and I promise, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use it for the fastest, most powerful results. But before we dive in, let me know in the comments what device you're watching this on. I want to make sure I'm serving you as effectively as possible. Alright, let's begin with the most important question. What makes this tiny spice so incredibly powerful? I know you won't try it unless you understand the secret behind this spice. The first secret of clove lies in a natural compound hidden inside every bud, and its name is eugenol. Eugenol is the key to awakening blood flow, relaxing blood vessels, and making your body respond, just like it used to, or even better. I'll never forget a 75-year-old patient who lowered his head in shame and whispered to me, "Doctor, I just want to feel like myself again." He wasn't talking about six-pack abs. He just wanted to be intimate, to feel strong, to hold on to that quiet power every man once had when his body still listened to him. And it was from those words that I began searching for natural solutions, ones that didn't rely on pills. And I kept coming back to a single compound, eugenol. Eugenol is found in abundance in cloves. When you chew 1 to 2 cloves, the essential oils are released, filled with this remarkable compound. But eugenol doesn't just stay in your mouth. It absorbs almost instantly into the bloodstream through the ultra-sensitive membranes in your mouth. And that's where the magic begins. It triggers your body to produce nitric oxide. Yes, the very molecule erectile drugs try to imitate. But what's the difference? This isn't synthetic chemistry. This is natural biology. And it happens from within, in sync with your body's own rhythm. No headaches, no energy crashes, no risk of blood vessel rupture from overexertion. What makes eugenol even more remarkable is this. It acts as a natural vasodilator. It helps the tiny, rigid capillaries, especially those delivering blood to your lower region, gradually soften and open, gently, without force. Blood begins to flow again, just like it used to when you were in your 20s. After 60, these vessels start to harden. That's why blood can't reach the right place, even when desire is still there. Eugenol works like an invisible hand, softly massaging the inside of your arteries, clearing the path, softening the walls. No chemicals, no headaches, no blood pressure crashes, just your body, finally breathing the way it was always meant to. Many men have described that just minutes after chewing clove, they feel a wave of warmth spreading through their body. Not an overwhelming excitement, but life coming back. I can't count how many men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s have sat across from me, eyes fixed on the floor, their voices barely louder than a whisper. "It's not like before, doctor. It just doesn't work anymore." And the very first thing I always say to them is this: it's not your fault. It's not because you're weak, and absolutely not because your time is over. This is physiology. It's your body reacting exactly the way modern life has conditioned it to react. Aging, stress, processed foods, chronic inflammation, sedentary habits, all of these slowly wear down the tiny blood vessels responsible for erections. They begin to harden, narrow, and lose flexibility. Blood no longer surges as it used to, and if blood doesn't reach where it's needed, nothing can happen. But here's what most doctors never tell you. That condition is not permanent, and it can be reversed. That's why I believe in Clove, and the eugenol hidden inside it, as a powerful ally for older men. Remember, eugenol doesn't just dilate blood vessels, it restores flexibility to hardened vessel walls. It's like clearing rust from an old pipe, turning a corroded system into a smooth-flowing channel once again. Blood is no longer blocked. It goes exactly where it needs to, when it needs to. Many of my patients, after using this method, have come back with the same story. After a few weeks, I started waking up with a feeling I thought I'd lost forever. Not because of medication, not because of a miracle, but simply because their blood flow was finally restored. And that's the beauty of this method. It doesn't force anything. It doesn't override your system. It simply returns the body to its natural way of functioning, something it's always known how to do. But remember this, even if your blood is flowing freely, there's still one invisible enemy that can silently kill your desire and your manhood before it even begins. And you may have been living with it for decades without even knowing. Secret number 2, Clove destroys the number one enemy, silently killing your testosterone from within. I've sat across from countless men. They eat healthy, exercise regularly, and do everything right according to advice online. Yet they still feel empty, drained, and disconnected from themselves. Their bodies are exhausted, their minds foggy, their desire flickers unpredictably, and when the moment comes, they simply don't respond. That's when I ask a question that seems simple. What about stress? Often, after that question, the room goes quiet. Then comes a long sigh, and the truth begins to emerge. Financial worries, marital tension, medical diagnoses, the fear of aging, the loneliness. No one talks about it enough, but stress, or more precisely chronic stress, is silently wearing men down from the inside, day by day, year after year. You see, when you're under stress, your body produces cortisol, a hormone meant to save your life in moments of danger. But it was never meant to stay elevated for hours, months, or decades. When cortisol remains high for too long, your testosterone, the very hormone that defines your masculinity, gets suppressed. These two hormones cannot stay elevated together. When one rises, the other must fall, which means the more stress you carry, the more you lose your strength, not just emotionally, but physically and sexually. And this is where Clove becomes more than just a spice. Within its essential oil, beyond the powerful vasodilator eugenol, lies a remarkable compound called beta-caryophyllene. This substance directly connects with neurological receptors in the brain that regulate your sense of safety and calm. When these receptors are activated, the nervous system sends a signal. You're safe. You can relax. There's no need to stay in a fight-or-flight state anymore. Within minutes, many people describe something unusual. The tightness in their chest seems to fade. Their breath deepens, their mind clears, and their body softens. It's not a sudden high like sedatives. It's a feeling of safety, a state many men over 60 have forgotten for a long time. And as cortisol drops, testosterone finally gets a chance to return, naturally, gently, without force or medication. Most men don't notice it immediately, but after a few days, they wake up more alert. They feel lighter, and one day, they realize they've come back to themselves without anyone having to say it. However, this reduction in stress leads to something even more crucial, a missing puzzle piece in restoring hormones and vitality that most people overlook: deep sleep. I'll explain that clearly in the next part, where Clove doesn't just help you relax, but unlocks the door to overnight recovery. Secret number 3. Clove helps you sleep better and boost testosterone naturally. One thing I often observe in older patients is this. Everything starts to fall apart the moment their sleep breaks down. They might eat right, exercise regularly, take their supplements properly, but if their sleep is shallow or inconsistent, then all those efforts lose their power. Because without quality sleep, the body simply can't recover. And more importantly, testosterone, the hormone that defines male vitality, is primarily produced at night, during the deepest phases of sleep. But ask yourself, how many men over 60 still experience truly deep sleep? Far too many have told me they lie awake until 2 or 3 a.m., staring blankly at the ceiling. And even if they do fall asleep, they wake up multiple times during the night, each time haunted by a loop of anxious, negative thoughts. The next morning, they feel drained. Their mood is heavy. Motivation disappears. There's no energy, no desire, nothing driving them forward. And then they ask me, why do I feel like I'm aging so fast? The answer is right here: sleep. Sleep deprivation doesn't just exhaust you, it disrupts your hormones, blocks recovery, and sends testosterone levels into free fall. That's exactly why Clove becomes a powerful ally. The compounds eugenol and beta-caryophyllene in Clove don't just relax your blood vessels and lower stress, they directly affect the part of your brain that controls sleep cycles. When you chew Clove in the evening, about an hour before bed, these compounds help trigger the nervous system to shift into a rebuilding mode. It sends a message to your brain: you're safe now, it's time to rest. And the result? Many men begin to fall asleep more easily. They sleep more deeply. And most surprisingly, they start dreaming again. This isn't just about dreams. It's a biological sign that your brain is cycling through REM sleep properly, the very phase where most testosterone is made, where damaged cells are repaired, where quiet regeneration unfolds each night. The next morning, they don't just feel more awake. Many also report something remarkable. They wake up with a firm, natural erection, strong and spontaneous. That's not magic. That's testosterone doing its job after you've cleared the path for it to return. So if you've ever thought you needed medication, synthetic hormones, or just had to accept your decline, this is your body's message to you. Sometimes you don't need more. You just need to sleep like a real man again. The most powerful solutions are often the simplest ones. And this method, this tiny Clove ritual I'm about to share, has helped hundreds of my patients reclaim their sense of manhood without prescriptions, without doctor visits, without pharmacy lines. Just one small intentional act, and you can do it right in your own kitchen. And the best part? It only takes 1 minute a day. 4. How to chew Clove in 60 seconds. This is exactly how I guide my patients. Take 2 or 3 whole dried cloves, not the powdered kind, not mixed with anything, just whole dry cloves. The higher the quality, the better. Organic is ideal, but not required. Place them in your molars, where your chewing power is strongest. Gently bite down until you hear a soft crack. Don't rush. Don't crush them completely. Let them sit in your mouth and allow the oils to begin releasing. Breathe through your nose. Keep your body relaxed. For the first 30 seconds, simply let the broken pieces rest on your tongue. Your saliva will naturally mix with the oils, and eugenol will begin entering your bloodstream through the soft tissues inside your mouth. You might feel a light heat, a gentle tingle, or a warm sensation on your tongue, or even your throat. That's a good sign. It means your body is absorbing exactly what it's needed and has been missing for years. After those initial 30 seconds, start to chew slowly. No need to grind hard, just enough to break down the Clove completely and blend it well with your saliva. Hold it for another 30 seconds. Then you can choose to swallow or spit it out. And what makes this method particularly powerful is how fast it starts to work. Some men tell me they feel the shift in just a few minutes. Their mind feels clearer. Their body feels present again. A warm pulse flows through them, like the current of youth suddenly waking up after years of silence. But this method is not just about blood flow. It touches something most men over 60 have lost, without even realizing it. In the next section, I'll explain the best time of day, the golden hour, to use Clove for maximum results and full body restoration. 5. The golden time to use Clove. One of the most common questions I get after a man tries the Clove method for the first time, after he feels that warm rush through his chest and his mind starts to feel clearer, is this: "Doctor, when should I take it to get the best results?" And here's what most people overlook. The timing of your usage is the key to doubling its effectiveness. You can chew it anytime. But if your goal is to optimize hormones, blood flow, and restorative sleep, then timing becomes your silent weapon. For most of my patients, evening is the golden hour. About 1 hour before bedtime, when the mind begins to settle and the body prepares to enter recovery mode, that's when Clove reveals its greatest power. Because it doesn't just support circulation, it also calms the nervous system and helps you drop into deeper sleep. And that's incredibly important, because the majority of your testosterone is produced during deep sleep. No deep sleep, hormone levels plummet. Sleep well, and testosterone surges. The next morning, you don't just wake up more refreshed. You might also greet the day with something you thought was gone forever: a strong, natural erection. But don't overlook the morning either. For many men, chewing Clove on an empty stomach right after waking helps jumpstart circulation, sharpen alertness, and set a clear tone for the rest of the day. Some use it before a workout or a walk and notice improved stamina, deeper breathing, and a stronger stride. Others take it 30 to 45 minutes before intimacy to feel more connected, more present, and more resilient. No matter which time you choose, one thing never changes: consistency. The real benefit doesn't come from trying it once and forgetting it. It comes from repetition, every day, like a serious investment in your own vitality. I know you didn't stay this far just for a Clove. You stayed because, deep down, you're still waiting for someone to finally tell you the truth about the loneliness you swallow every day, the feeling that your body no longer belongs to you, the nights you wake up in the dark with no one beside you, and the last time you looked in the mirror and saw a man you used to be vanished. I didn't come here to sell you cheap hope. I'm not telling you that chewing one spice will bring everything back, because I know you don't need to be 30 again. You just need to feel like a man again. And the most heartbreaking thing I've seen in over 30 years of doing this work isn't a bad lab result or a grim diagnosis. It's the empty look in the eyes of a man who was once strong, now whispering to me, "Doctor, I don't feel like myself anymore." No one teaches us how to be a man as we age. No one tells us what to do when the body starts to betray us. No one says that one day you'll wake up and feel nothing where your sense of manhood used to live. And worse, no one tells you there's something you can do about it. But I'm here to say exactly that. You can recover, and you deserve to feel again. Not through drugs and side effects, not by forcing yourself to prove anything, but through small, consistent choices each day, like chewing a single Clove, as a first step toward giving your body back the right it once had, the right to live fully as a man. Because when the blood flows again, when warmth returns to a place you thought had gone cold, when your mornings begin with a sign, however small, that something is stirring again, it's not just your body that revives. Your belief in yourself does too. I want you to understand this. You are not weak. You've just been made to believe you are. You are not broken. You just haven't been shown how to repair yourself. And you are not alone. There are millions of men just like you, suffering silently, only because they don't know where to begin. You don't need to start with something big. You just need to not give up. Don't give up on your decline. Don't give up on the sleepless nights. Don't give up on that whisper inside saying, "Maybe I'm done." Because I'm here to tell you, you're not done. The life in you has never disappeared. It's just been silent, and it only takes one small thing to awaken it. Maybe it's a Clove, maybe it's a quiet moment to reflect. Maybe it's this very moment, right now, as you read these words and wonder, maybe there's still a chance. And I hope you take it, not just for you, but for the woman who once waited for you to come back, for the son watching you to learn how to be a man, for the version of yourself 30 years ago who thought he could conquer the world. Start tonight. Don't let another day pass in silence. You don't have to be the man you used to be. You just need to be the man brave enough to come back. If this video has touched something real in you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a man you love, someone who might also need a reminder that he's not past his time. And if you want more honest, natural guidance made just for men over 60, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because I promise, what you've heard today is only the beginning. We have much more to talk about. But the first thing is this: believe that you deserve to come alive again. And this time, not just to exist, but to truly feel.